Hey, what's up, everybody? This your boy Mike again, coming back at you one more time. I always want to say, give some insight out to my youth. I just want to reach out to them and give them some nuggets that I learned in my 20s and coming into the 30s and all that. And like I say, I'm 38, so just I want to give back to the youth while I'm still fairly able to. I don't want to wait till I get old, and I don't want to be, the old person or older person that tells a younger person, you got to learn like I did. You got to figure it out like I did. No, I want to help them figure it out. I want to bring some things to them, give them some things to think about, and so they can have a better, um, 20 years in their better years in their 20s than and make good decisions and smart moves. So probably just one point, because you can talk on this for a long time, but in my opinion, one of the most important things to learn as a young adult is to learn stability, how to be stable. The book definition is saying able to continue or maintain something, but in reality, a reality dictionary is to be able to provide stability to those around you, to those who, as a man, I don't know about a woman, I'm a man. As a man, can you provide stability to your family and those around you? And one of the examples I can give you is one of the first starts of learning stability is owning a vehicle, a car, or a truck, or anything to get you around town. Most of the time when you're young, you think about driving a car, you don't think about the maintenance that comes with the car. Oil change, coolant check, making sure the tread on the tires are good. Countless other things, cleaning the car, keeping the interior clean. There's so much little stuff when it comes to stability that you got to take care of, and you have to be mindful of that when you're younger, because if not, it'll fly right by you. You won't even think about it. And one thing I always try to tell a young person, because I didn't even get it till I got older, is stuff that you do says a lot than you actually saying it. So go back to the car situation, right? If a person comes up and says, "Man, my car just messed up, man. It just blew. I just blew the gaskets on it." The first thing you ask them is, "So did you check the coolant? When the last time you got the coolant checked?" And some people they check it. Some people, they don't even think about it. But when you're maintaining stability, those things have to go through your head. You got to think about those things. And now, today's time, now, I mean, you can have everything on your phone calendar. You got a Google Calendar. You can put all of that stuff in your calendar and it'll remind you just like that. Back in the day, that wasn't always the case. So, my second point is making good decisions with money that comes into my hands, your hands, anybody's hands. Sometimes you get blessed in life and you get blessed with large chunks of money, or you get 500 here, 1,000 there, 10,000 here. What do you do with that money? If you want to maintain stability, you either invest that money, you put it up. You don't want to spend too much on it on things that's not going to bring you anything back. Example, when I was in my 20s, you used to buy Jordans and tennis shoes all the time, and trying to stay trendy and trying to, stay looking fresh. But I can't even tell you what half of that stuff is. Now, I think I gave most of the tennis shoes away. I don't even wear tennis shoes that much anymore. Um, a lot of other stuff, clothes, I now grew those. And, I mean, I'm 38. I bought that stuff in my 20s, so I don't even wear it no more. Another thing is, when you look back and you think about a lot of money that came through your hands, can you account for what you did with the money? Do you know what you did with it? Could you go back and like say, I did this, I did this, I did this, and could you have been more efficient with that money? Could you have invested that? Could you have put it up? I know now it's kind of hard to have a savings account now because the interest is really low, but you can put your money in stocks. You can buy things that can bring you that holds value, like investing in properties or invest. Like I said, I would try stocks like I don't know, different stock apps and all that. But stocks is a great way, something to learn while you're young and have the money to learn. I would definitely look into learning about stocks and try to make the best decisions every time money comes into your hands. What can I do to maximize this? I know for me, will buy tools. I buy tools every now and then because you never know when you might need them. Like I got an air compressor in my garage. And say, how would you need that? You never know when your tires, especially when the season change like now, your tires might get low. Then you got to go to the gas station. Well, not all gas stations, I know where I live at, not all gas stations air compressor work. So if you have your own air compressor, air hose, you can air your own tires up, less you having to depend on somebody else to do something for you. Another point, am I able to live on my own without the help? No, am I able to live on my own at least 90% of the time without depending on another person to bail me out? What I mean by that is, if when you move out on your own, can you pay your own bills? Can you maintain living somewhere on your own without having to always have somebody to come and bail you out? Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. But 90%, can you be 90%? 9 times out of 10, can you hold your own, pay your own bills without having to go back and ask mom and dad for money? Or, is it a consistent thing? Because one thing about a parent is they want to know that their kids are stable and can maintain their own lifestyle and live their own life without having to just always come back and borrow and ask for money all the time. In doing that, you have to have sense and awareness about what your means are. What is my budget? What can I afford? What can I not? What can't I afford? All those things have to go into play when you're living on your own and you want to maintain stability, because some decisions, when you come to paying bills, some things you're not going to be able to get. The bills will come first. Then trying to get something, and then when the bills do, you don't have the money. The bill companies don't care. They don't care that you wanted to go to the movies or you wanted to go buy these shoes. They're going to say, do you got the money? We're going to give you this amount of time. If you don't pay this bill, it's going to be disconnected or we turn it off. Bottom line, they don't play around. And the thing about that stability is every month bills are due. Utilities at the least, lights, water, gas. And now you got to have the internet. You got to have those 4. If you don't have those 4, it's going to be pretty rough. But you're going to have to pay those. Then if you get a new car, now you got 5. That's a car note. All that's recurring every month. Stability, when you want to live that life of stability, you got to maintain a job to pay those. And what I'm trying to tell the young kids is there are jobs that you can get, but you got to put in the work as far as gaining your skills, education, and your communication, that jobs that the salary can pay all of your expenses and you don't have to live within a tight means. You can kind of have a comfortable means that you can live in and still have money to invest and save and put up. But you have to work to get to that point. It's not given to you. Another point is, am I able to sacrifice things and delay gratification to remain stable and totally independent? What I mean by that is, sometimes as you're growing and getting older, some things you're not going to be able to get right now. You have to understand that, like right now, I'm not able to get this, but I will be able to get this eventually. But in order for me to remain stable and have stability and pay my bills, maintain a roof over my head, and be able to eat, I have to make sure those are taken care of first. And then all the extra stuff will come. But if you understand that stability aspect, and like I say, not trying to keep up with the Joneses, not trying to do what everybody else is doing. Sometimes when you're maintaining stability, you're not gonna be doing what everybody else is doing. Because if that was the case, everybody would be doing it. But most people, if you notice that maintain stability, they don't follow a lot of trends. They don't do what everybody else do. They do things a little different. You know what I'm saying? They like you think about it now, most people now they go out to eat or, you know, hardly ever cook. Most people that's like real stable, they probably cook out the week, maybe if it's 6, 7 days in a week, they may cook 4 days out the week and eat at home. You save money like that. You go grocery shopping one time, you eat for the whole week, but you go out to eat, you spend $25, $30 a day, that adds up real quick. Versus spending $150, $200 on groceries and you can eat for the whole week. Sometimes if you ration it right, you can eat for the whole month, and that's with kids. So stability is very important as an adult. That's one of the most important things, in my opinion, that you want to have is stability. Especially if you want a family, you want a wife and kids. As a man, you have to provide that stability to your household. You don't want to borrow money, put your family in situations where people can hold that over your head. Sometimes you owe people money, people try to manipulate you. And some people, if you borrow money from, you'll never be able to pay it back. It's like they'll always hold it over your head, never let you live it down. But when you maintain stability and independence, you won't have to borrow money from people, because when you have money coming to your hands, you know that what I need to pay, you know what I can get, I know what my means is, and I'm gonna stay within my means. That way I don't have to go out and borrow money, or I don't have to go out and get advanced payday loans and nothing like that, because I stay within my means. And that's within my means means if I don't need that new car, I don't need that new car right now. That's gonna mess up my whole budget. Once my car paid off, I don't need a new car. Long as it's running, I keep the oil changed, I keep the coolant checked, I make sure that it's running optimal. If something happened, take it to the mechanic, get it fixed. I don't have to get the newest car. I don't need that right now. And that's one thing, like I say, stability is a big thing. I'll stress that. I would stress that to any youth. Stability, when you become stable, in my opinion, your parents will feel much better. People around you will respect you when they know that you're stable, and it's a certain way that you carry yourself when you operate in stability. Like I say, it's things that you'll do that people may not understand, but guess what? Long as you're stable and you're maintaining what you have, that's all that matters. Be a good steward of your money. Learn stability. It's a learned behavior. You don't just come out the box being stable. It's a learned behavior. I had to learn it as a youth. I had many of sad days. We're like, man, I really want to do this, but I can't, because I have to maintain a level of stability. And if I spend the money on this, I'm going to lose that level of stability. It's going to be a rough, however, 2 weeks or whatever. So in order to get out of that mindset of being check to check and all this other stuff, maintain a level of stability. This your boy Mike. I'm checking out. Catch you later.